Hello, welcome to Salty Vibes with Heather. I'm here today with my special guest, my brother Phil. He's here and we are here hanging out in Laughlin, Nevada, visiting him in his property. He lives in Bullhead, right? Did I say that
I
correctly?
live in
Bullhead,
Golden Valley.
Airhead, Golden Valley, Bullhead, Arizona. We're here with a little family trip right before the new year, and I asked my brothers to do a little podcast for me. So we're going to ask some questions. He's going to tell a little bit about his life. And here's Phil. Phil, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Philip White, 42 years old, and I'm Heather's second oldest brother. She's the oldest, but I'm the second.
I'm the only
Older.
girl and the
Yeah,
oldest, but you're
yeah,
the middle of the boys.
yeah. And I'm doing a podcast with her.
So tell a little bit about your life and what you do, about your property. You can talk about
um,
maybe your kitty woes you've had lately.
the what?
Your kitty woes you've had
Oh yeah,
lately.
I lost my cat.
Phil hasn't had very much luck with his kitty cats, and he had the
Yeah,
best
this
kitty
was my
ever.
favorite one. But
Super
anyways,
sweet.
I'll start from the beginning. I'll try to make it. I know it doesn't have a time limit, but I'll 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 tell the details. Um, so when I was young, I was I've always kind of been a little late on things. I was potty trained late, and uh, my speaking skills when I was about 4, I was I talk like a deaf person. So I had speech therapy for about 3 years, and um, I had really bad ear infections. I had to get tubes in my ears, and one of the tubes, it was so bad in my left ear that it damaged my eardrum. So they had to cut my ear back and fold it and tape it and like repair my eardrum. And like in second grade, though it was like 9 or something, and I got held back in first grade twice because I couldn't read, but I learned how to read really good. Second grade, I had that operation, and like right after that, I had a really difficult time socializing with people. Like every year, I would try to force myself to speak. This is the year I'm going to speak to people. And it was so concerning that even the teachers would have conferences with my parents and get confused why I was so quiet, and I had learning problems and hard time paying attention in class, and I would just draw and make up cartoon characters.
You're a really good artist, by the way.
Yeah, I I I learned at a young age about copyright, so I didn't want to draw other cartoon characters, but I draw the element of like my favorite, like The Simpsons, or just my favorite cartoon characters, and I put them into my characters and form a character, and I'd form little worlds and everything, and I'd do that, and I'd have friends, but they always knew me as I was like popular in elementary, but was always known as the shy kid, and they like girls would chase me and be like, "Talk," and I didn't talk, and sometimes I'd just stand on the wall during recess, and the supervisors would be like, "Say something," and I wouldn't say anything. And every year I'd be like, "I need to talk," and then after fifth grade, we moved to Butler Acres, and Longview, and I was like, I'm gonna change my entire life. I'm gonna talk. And then I went to Butler Acres in 6th grade, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And I broke my arm. I had a cast, and I was chubby, and um, so I went there. And someone said, "You don't talk much," and then it just brought me back into like me not talking.
Into your shell.
There was a shy kid, and I was more shy than that kid.
That's
And
really bad.
he started opening up. What?
What about your doughboy shirt that you wore? Didn't
Oh yeah, I had a Pillsbury Doughboy shirt, and
we would tickle
I
your
just
belly and
I embraced my chubbiness, and I even made a cartoon character called Blubber. It was after my stomach, because I'd make my stomach talk and be like, I'm Blubber. And so I drew like my stomach as a face, and girls at Butler Acres would be like, "Are you a girl or a boy?" And everything. And it was like
I'm
the most
sorry,
popular girl in
laughing.
school and everything, and I was like, "I'm a girl," just to be. But it really tore my heart. And
You try to play
then
along with the fun of it.
what?
You try to play along with them making fun of you.
Yeah, but I, it really ripped me to pieces. But then I went to 7th grade, and I was like, I'm gonna play football and get popular and talk. And I didn't speak,
You did play football.
and I sucked at football. I was a bench warmer. Um, I played football for 3 years. Uh, so like I went into acting class. I took acting classes. That kind of opened me up a little bit. People saw my humor and everything, and uh, but still I was shy. And then 9th grade, I liked this girl, and I was like, I really liked her, but I was known as just shy kid. And then I was like, I really got to start talking. And um, 9th grade, I just forced myself to shake people's hands during lunch and introduce myself. And then I was like, woo! I was just all wacky and everything. And I became popular. My grades were better. And I got a self improvement trophy at football. And I was
Ooh,
actually, it, football, I actually went out and
you got to go
played.
play for a few.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
no
everybody
Shelly.
liked me. And then halfway through the year, we moved to Alaska. And then it was East High School, and there's like security guards at like every single door, and it was really intimidating. I went from junior high to high school, and then I got like pushed
Within a matter
by
of 6 months.
native people and what?
Within a matter of 6 months, because
Yeah,
you went straight from ninth grade to high school in ninth grade in
yeah. So I was like
Alaska.
really popular, and then I this girl by the locker next to me. She had really big boobs and stuff. And she was like, "Why don't you talk?" I'm like,
You had to throw in the really big boob part, didn't you?
yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I'm 42. Um. Anyways, so then like I got beat up, and like somebody stabbed me with a number 2 pencil in the arm like multiple times
Oh,
because he was annoyed at me, and I just tried to be all like cool about it. I wasn't cool about it, but I was trying not to cry. And this girl was like, "Why'd you do that to him?" and everything. I just like kept on convincing my parents to move me to a different high school, and I finally went to Diamond High School on my birthday, and then I was there for 3 years, and then went to Service High School, and
Can,
And then
at service, can you interject in the story about Cowboy Day? I really want to hear
Nick,
that story.
my brother Nick,
Who is the youngest, by the way? You
he uh,
already heard from
he
him.
likes to humiliate me in a loving way. He told me that it was Cowboy Day because like there's like weeks. There's like a week of like Halloween,
Spirit Week.
yeah, Spirit Week, and then he's like it's Cowboy Day, so I dressed up as a cowboy on my senior year, and I walked down the halls, and then people, uh, Nick's friends were laughing, and then I didn't even remember this until he told Kendra, his ex-wife, um, like 5 years later, out of uh, when I was out of high school. I was like, oh yeah, you did do that. So
It's a
yeah,
funny story, so we had to tell it when you went to service.
but yeah, after high school, um, I went through multiple jobs and uh, moved out of state like 5 times, Hawaii 3 times, um, Reno. I even went to Tijuana, Mexico, and then like I was 28, and I was like, I got to do something with my life because I was in Tijuana, Mexico, with all these teenage kids that thought they were cooler than me and everything, and they were because they're younger. But I was like, and then I saw like these orphans and stuff, and I felt kind of selfish. Like, why do I feel sorry for myself and everything? I wanted to do something with my life, so I went to charter college and everything, and then I worked with the elderly. My ex girlfriend gave me helped me get that job for, and I worked there for about a year. Then I worked with developmental disabled people for about 2 years. Then probably like when I was 32, I was like, okay, I'm gonna move out of state. Um, Even if I struggle, I don't want to. I don't want to move in with a family member. I'm just gonna go somewhere where nobody knows me and try to make it. So I was thinking California at first, but California was really expensive. And then I was like, "Where's the cheap?" I googled, "Where's the cheapest place in Arizona?" And I googled it, and Bullhead City.
Bullhead City.
I saw that Bullhead City was the cheapest place.
And
So
also it's cool because you have Nevada, California. It like
yeah,
touches all three states.
yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna go there, and then my mom helped me get here because she was working. She worked for Alaska Airlines, and she gets benefits even though she retired. So she helped me come down here, and then I got this suite for about a year. It's $200 a week with free Wi-Fi, fully furnished, cable and everything. And I got a job at Guard Force, my first security job. And then I was like, I want to go to Phoenix. So I dropped the Guard Force situation. That's a whole long different story, but I was like, I'm gonna go to Phoenix and get the. I got a job offer in Phoenix uh, as a security officer. So in 2018, from like July 2021, I worked for Community Action Security, working all over Phoenix. I started out at two hotels, one in downtown Phoenix and one in Scottsdale. And then I started working mobile patrol driving different cities and sub cities in Phoenix, Arizona, and then my brother was like during that time getting he was into drugs and stuff, and I was like, I gotta get him out of Alaska because he kept on getting in trouble, and I was like, I texted him. Well, I saw this picture of him and his son Landon on Facebook, and I was like, he needs to get his life fixed. I want to help him, and so I texted him saying, "We're I'm gonna get property, and you could live on there, and we can like have a garden and everything, and live off the land." So that took a few years, um, because like I kept on paying bills and stuff, and
Had to move back to Alaska for a while.
I moved back to Alaska for a year. I really loved my security job in Alaska. That was probably the only good thing, but I was miserable being back in Alaska for about a year.
Because Alaska's not
It
fun.
was cool seeing my nephews and my family and everything. That was the second good thing, but um,
Alaska
I
counts.
hated I hate Alaska. I mean, I've had good memories of Alaska, but it's like something I never want to go back to. I love the sun. I could be in like 120-degree weather and just be okay with it. You know? So like I moved back to Alaska for a year and saved up to buy property in Golden Valley, and then
And how many acres did you end up getting to buy?
what was it?
How many acres did you end up buying?
Like I think it's 2.35 acres.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you
Um,
started your dream to help your brother from several years before, and you have your property now.
yeah.
Now tell us a little bit about your property.
My
What
property it's great.
what's your favorite thing about it?
Um, I don't have to pay rent.
Are
Um,
you living off grid?
I'm living off grid. Uh, I don't like that I had to like. I'm trying to get a shower system and certain things, and I have a huge water tank and everything, but um, I don't like the wind. We're trying. My brother, he's down here, and he's living on his piece of land, and um, he's gonna help me build a giant rock wall to deter the wind, and we're gonna get some trees and make it really cool.
Make it Phillips and Nicholas's Oasis?
Yeah,
Or Phil and Nick's Hideaway? Which
yeah.
one?
I don't know.
What should be the name of your property?
Um,
Trollland.
strolling. That's a different story.
We missed some good stories in there, but you have a
Maybe,
lot. So
yeah. Maybe, maybe I'll make a story time YouTube or TikTok. I don't
we
know.
could have a special guest number two, Phil, come in next time.
Yeah,
Also, you can tell more of your childhood, like Super Clown, that helped you get out of your shell, your comic books.
yeah.
Want to see my
Well,
comics?
the thing about like when I was little, I'd get to us. We'd walk home, and a certain area, um, like where I was almost home, I'd start opening up and talking to like my brothers and stuff, and like people who were close to home, like my neighbor Jacob Emery. I'd talk to him because when I was when I met him, it wasn't at school, so it was like a weird thing.
Well, maybe you felt safer in that environment.
Yeah, but then once I'd be chit chatting with my cousins and stuff, and then I'd see like a kid in my class walk by and be like, "Hi, Phil." I walk on the street and feel like, and then I just be
Shut
like,
down.
oh, I have to be this personality. It was really weird. I I saw this YouTube video of this girl who, um, it was like a selective mute syndrome or something like that.
Newt,
Maybe I had that.
maybe. I think sometimes too, especially with all you went through with your ears and all that, it might have just felt safe with that people in that area, and school
Yeah,
didn't feel safe to you. There's a
because
lot of
I
people, and the teachers aren't always nice, and
what's weird is like, um when like kindergarten and first grade, two times I remember talking, but it was like second grade I just kind of like stopped,
yeah, hmm,
and everybody knew me as
the quiet kid.
the shy kids. I actually felt like a sinner too. I was like, I'd pray to God, be like, why am I lying to these people?
That's so sad.
Yeah,
That's a sad way to think at that age.
I know. And I'd pray, be like, thank you, God, for the world, for the universe, and existence. And
We grew up in a Assembly of God, which is we still all believe in God, but there was a very intense religion type of a church where there was you're pretty much going to hell for everything.
yeah, and
And I don't.
speaking in tongues, it was that was traumatizing, even though it is in the Bible. But
It is. I think they're what they want or they're trying to do is good. It just sometimes gets twisted a little bit by man of what
yeah,
God actually is wanting from us from our hearts.
they made a denomination over um something that you only hear about one time in the Bible. The the
The
Holy
Trinity,
Spirit.
the Trinity.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the Catholic Church too, though, like Father, Son, Holy Spirit, because it's like you're praying to all three of
Well,
them.
yeah,
But then they like created the Trinity part of it.
but like the speaking in tongues part, didn't it
Well,
only happen after God was it, like God resurrected and somebody spoke in tongues? You only
yeah, and
hear about
there's
that one time.
there's sections in the Bible where it talks about when you do get filled with the Holy Spirit and you speak in tongues, you need somebody that interprets it. Otherwise, it's not real. There's
Yeah.
what is pretty much God is saying, or Paul, or I can't remember who it was that. I think it's Paul. So sometimes people would, especially where we were at, they would be the same tongue like every week
Yeah.
or an interpretation, but they would be like, wait, that's exactly what they said last week.
Yeah.
So
And then
I don't know.
sometimes like those type of churches, like the at the Kelso one, the a guest pastor shows up and um he was into being slain into the spirit, and then our pastor got obsessed with being slain in the spirit, and like there's no sermon. It
Yeah,
was like people just falling down.
they were like pushing people down. They brought in like the news people. It was really weird.
Yeah,
So some of that stuff, maybe like the way we grew up, could have been why you were
yeah,
worried about the sinner stuff. Because I do, there was things where, especially when I read the Left Behind books, and I've seen some stuff online where people like, I was like traumatized by those books as I thought that the end of the world was coming all the time. And I remember thinking that after I read, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna go to hell.
yeah.
um, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions to kind of get us over to finish talking about your dreams on your property, but I asked Nick this question. Your question is, if your life was a movie, what would the title of your movie be? Your life title movie.
I don't know. I have
Phil's
like
Big
a
Adventures. Phil
huh?
White instead of Pee Wee's Big Adventures, be Phil White's Big Adventures.
I don't know.
We loved that show when we were kids.
I could call it "Where Did It All Go?"
Where did it all go? Oh yeah, Phil taught himself to play guitar when he was in high school, and he's really good. And I wish you had your guitar here because I would have you do a guitar song. He sings.
Yeah.
We like to do karaoke and sing a lot. So if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about your life right now, what would it be, Phil?
One thing.
Yes, one thing. Well, you can do more, but it's saying, right, like
I
one big thing that could be a domino effect for all the other things. That
I
one
think
thing.
I don't want to be I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be comfortable and um,
You want to thrive.
yeah, and I
Thrive in
want
life.
to I want to be desired and appreciated by someone. So
That's a good thing. So if your life had a theme song, so this goes along with the movie title, what would your theme song be and why?
I just
Maybe one of your favorite songs that you think about, like driving in my car, because I like to do this, and I know we all do, or like driving in the car and we think this is a movie scene right now,
I have
and I have this song and I'm playing. You picture yourself in the movie scene, and that's your theme song.
I don't know.
You have too many to choose from,
Yeah,
but most favorite lately, maybe like what you've listened to if you've been listening to music.
I don't know because like if you look at my Instagram and stuff, I'll be driving and listening to like funky music or sometimes like I like to think of my life as a movie to make it more exciting.
What about Creed? What's this life for?
Yeah.
Or with arms wide open.
With arms wide open. Maybe I don't know, like the song "Very Superstitious." You
That'd be your theme song. That'd be a good
know, for
one.
now. Tomorrow it might change,
Yeah, well,
or maybe in a
it's
few
just for
seconds.
today, for the podcast today, a theme
Yeah,
song. So superstitious.
I would be a soundtrack.
So if you could describe your ideal day from when you first wake up to go into sleep, what would that look like? Like a perfect day for Phil. What does a perfect day for Phil look like?
I don't know. During the summer, I was like, just get a cup of Sprite with no lid and a bunch of ice, and get two fish tacos at Del Taco.
And that was your ideal day.
I was like, yes, and yes,
Okay.
uh, or get sushi. And it was like when I was like
It
eating all
revolves
healthy
around
and
food.
huh,
It revolves around food. Your ideal
yeah,
day revolves around food.
but like also I don't know, just and then I started working out at Planet Fitness. I was like, this is fun. This, taking a shower
Taking a shower is fun.
because Arizona summers, you just like in your hot car, and
And you live off the grid, so you don't have a
I was like,
full functioning
oh,
shower.
shower. Like when I was making a bunch of money door dashing, I was making over $100 a night, and I just before I got the gym membership, I would go get an $18 shower, um, go to Popeyes, and get their number three
And you'd go to
chicken
bed and say,
chickens.
"This is my ideal day."
Yeah, and then it was fun, and then watch YouTube videos.
Okay, so I asked Nick this question because men don't like to do this a lot, but
Listen to Phil Collins in the air tonight with the drum beat. Okay.
okay, your ideal sounds. That's Phil's ideal day is eating food and taking a shower and listen to Phil Collins. When was the last time that you cried?
Actually, the last time,
Yeah,
um,
or the most recent time that you've cried from the last time?
okay, um, when I made a video of my cat Lex, um, saying it was missing, and then like I put really sad music to it. I posted it on Instagram, and I said, "I miss you, Lex. I hope you're still alive somewhere.
Oh,
Um, if not, then I hope you didn't feel pain." And then like the music and everything just touched me, and like tears came into my eyes, and I
that
was like, why do why do cats make you feel so sad?
We love that kitty, but that's pretty recent.
Yeah,
You just lost him not very long ago.
but
Poor
even
Lex.
with my cat Lynx, um, when he was missing, I cried over that. I kind of cried with Gray, but Lynx and Lex, they were like really lovable
Yeah. Lynx was a good kitty.
and they're fluffy. So.
So, what is a current nerdy obsession of yours? We're all nerdy, so we have a lot of nerdy obsessions, but you pick one.
um, nerdy obsession. I don't know. I'm a huge nerd, so I don't know.
Making dorky voiceover videos on your Instagram.
Yes, because TikTok, I'm like, why, why do people get famous over that?
I mean, it's a thing. You need to make just one niche
Like
page of it.
there's this meme about Millie Vanilli, um, probably rolling in their grave because they they lost their career lip syncing.
And now everybody does it. Okay, so we'll ask two more questions and then we'll end this. So, what is a first step you could take to move closer to your goal, which is your property of the things you have on your dreams? What is a step you could take today?
um, steps.
One
Being
step to take to move you closer to that.
one step.
Just one step that you want to do to get you closer to the goal of your dream land and your property for you and Nick. For Phil and
I,
Nick's oasis.
um, I would say money. Uh,
Money.
money where it doesn't blow up my car.
So, what is something that you're doing that's awesome, even if it's small, to get you closer to that goal?
um, what am I doing?
Yeah, is there anything you're doing right now to move you closer to that goal? Something that's awesome that you're doing.
I'm getting healthy
That's
because
positive.
health makes me more energetic.
That is
Because
a big thing.
like before, I was like, ugh, I'm fat.
You couldn't breathe.
Yeah, and it's like I want to dig, but I'm too fat. I'm gonna eat something. And
That's a really positive thing because it's true. Our health is what keeps us going for so many things in life, and
yeah,
health is probably number one that people at
yeah.
the end of the day, when you get to your end of your life and you're like, man, I really wish I would have taken care of my body more.
Also, my medical procedures are really helping because like I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, and that makes you
Uh,
not want to do anything
like
because you don't feel good.
especially I had polyps in my butt.
What? I don't know if we need to
But
know
it
that,
was
but
painful. And
okay.
and then I had my stomach,
He has
um,
like GERD and stuff with his esophagus, and
my esophageal lining is deteriorated, and they are slowly burning the dead cells on
if you ever
my
check
body.
out his Instagram or YouTube page, then you can see the beautiful pictures of
Or
his esophagus.
it's not on YouTube.
Oh,
It's
you should
TikTok.
make a YouTube for you and Nick when you create your YouTube for your
Yeah.
property. They're going to be making a YouTube, by the way, and they're going to be sharing their property dreams. So I will have to share that link on my podcast for you to go follow them because it's going to be really cool. Okay, so last question. How will you celebrate reaching your next milestone? Something that you want to do that you're going to celebrate to reach that goal that you're getting to. How do you want to celebrate?
Um, champagne. I don't
Champagne?
know.
You don't even drink.
I I do occasionally. It just
Very rarely.
like 7 hours before I go to sleep, and I have to I have to take a bunch of Tums.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
But I don't know. Have a barbecue maybe.
That sounds fun. Have everybody come down to your property?
A little potluck.
A big family get together?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the last question, but I also am going to ask this. So, what is something that you can tell me that you're grateful for this week? And then we'll end your
The what?
something that you were grateful for this week.
I am grateful for my family being here. Since I didn't uh, have them on Christmas, but this is our Christmas.
It is.
And Mom is supposed to make lasagna. I have to remind her because she
Oh yeah.
sometimes will be like, "I'm gonna make lasagna," and it never
I
happens.
forgot we were supposed to do lasagna. She told me that.
Yes, we need a reminder.
We'll remind her for it because tomorrow night we can make it.
She'll be like, "We'll do it tomorrow," and it will never
We have
happen.
to go to the store and get it.
She makes
All
the
this
best
stuff.
lasagna.
She does make the best lasagna. All right, Phil. Well, thanks for being on my guest on my podcast, Salty Vibes, and it's fun hearing your story. And we'll have to do this again sometime. I'm here visiting, and we are currently in Laughlin, Nevada, but we are also staying on his property this week as well.
Yeah.
And we have the new year coming up. Any exciting new year plans you have going on? You and Nick gonna
No,
go do some fun hikes?
no,
Have no exciting New Year's plans?
it's a secret.
It's a secret. All right. Well, when they get their YouTube channel for my brothers, that you have got to hear both of their stories for the last 2 weeks. Thank you for subscribing to my podcast. I will leave all my links to my Instagram page and my YouTube. If you're ever looking for a life coach, you can follow me at Heather White Coaching. Again, I'll leave the links below. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and thank you, Phil, for joining us today. Have a
My
great
pleasure.
week.